Listen. What if I was to tell you guys a player by the initials of DV is about to have the scariest end to the season? You wouldn't believe me. What if I was to tell you guys a player by the initials of KY is about to revolutionize a role in this Juve team? You still wouldn't believe me. What if I was to tell you guys a player by the initials of RV is about to make himself the #1 priority signing for Gentoli for Juve this summer? If you still don't believe me, then stick around, because we are here to discuss, to dissect, to break down Igor Tudors, Juventus starting 11. Who should start? Who shouldn't? Who's worthy of the opportunity, and who will capitalize? Who will capitalize on the 3-4-2-1 formation? Because, in summary, these remaining 9 games of the Serie A, I look at them and tell myself this is an audition for everybody, for every defender, for every midfielder, for every attacker, for the sporting director, for the manager. Every single player, on the pitch, off the pitch, these remaining Serie A games for Juventus, they need to step up. They need to deliver the goods. And they need to show that they belong in next year's new project. Let's get into it. So, the 3-4-2-1. Who starts? Who doesn't? Why? I'll tell you. You tell me in the comments. The goalkeeper, Di Gregorio. I feel like that's his position. He is the Juventus #1 goalkeeper. He's grown in the role this season and he doesn't deserve to be dropped. Listen, goalkeeper position, Di Gregorio. Now, the back three. This is where it gets exciting, because it's none of this 4-2-3-1 where now the fullback has to invert. No, you've now got a solid base. You've got a solid foundation, a trio. Pick them wisely or else you'll be in trouble. Anyways, centrally, I go for Gatti. Mainly because I feel like Gatti, from a physical standpoint, in terms of running, covering channels, I don't feel like he's gifted physically for speed. So I want to put him in an area where his physicality, in terms of his running power, is not going to be tested as much. I would put him in the centre. That way, he's got a centre half to his left. He's got a centre half in his right. He can be the leader of the back three, the leader of the trio. So I have Gatti in the central area. To his left, a player by the initials of RV, Renato Veiga. That position is prime time made for him. Everything about him, his physicality, his ability to step forwards into midfield, his ability to progress play with his passing, with his ball carrying, but on top of everything, the fact that physically he's gifted. He's gifted for height, he's gifted for running power, he's gifted for acceleration, he's got a good leap on him. The dude is strong. Left-sided centre half, you're now practically required to play 2 roles into one. Be the fullback and be the left-sided centre half. He's required to defend the channels. That position is his. Now, the same thing can be said about the right-sided centre-half. And for me, I would go Kalulu. Kalulu, I feel like this season, he's played all over the park for Juventus. He's played left centre-half, right centre-half. He's played right-back. During his time with Milan, he did play as a right-back. Similar to Renato Veiga, he's got the physicality to defend the channels. His anticipation is good. He wins his duels. He can defend that third of the pitch by himself. So for me, my trio would be, well, Di Gregorio in goal, Gatti in the central area, Renato Veiga on the left, Kalulu on the right. Next in line is the 4-man midfield. That includes 2 wing-backs. I love wing-backs. I really do. Wing-backs for me is a cheat code in football. If you can get the right profile in a wing-back area, it's cash money. It's literally an extra attacker out wide. For me, left wing-back, Cambiaso. That is his position. Nobody can really compete with him for that spot. He's got it all. Cambiaso, locked in, screwed on. Cambiaso, he's got the playmaking. He's got the crossing. He's got the passing range. He's a player that can play with 2 feet. He's a player that can score you goals, get you assists. He's a player that still offers something from a pressing standpoint, from a ball retention standpoint. Cambiaso is Mr. Consistent. And for some reason this season, he's been Mr. Inconsistent at times. That left wing-back position is Cambiaso's. He will flourish and grow in that role, mainly because there's now a bit more focus on him offensively. I feel like at times under Thiago Motta, because he tended to be the fullback that always tucked inside, he didn't know when to tuck inside and then when to drift out wide. And I feel like sometimes, as much as he was amazing when he did tuck inside, like on the games where he was locked in and he was playing to his full ability, sometimes you take something away from him when you make him tuck inside. Just the same as when you keep him out wide, you lose that ball progression in central areas. But as a wing back, with now the primary focus, hug the flanks, get crosses into the box, make the runs in behind, he's got the skill set for it. So for me, left wing back, Cambiaso. The right wing back, for me, it was tough. I'll be honest. I had 3 players in mind. I really did. I had Timothy Weah, I had Francisco Conceição, and I had Nico Gonzalez. Now you'll probably start thinking, what? 2 wingers as wingbacks? I feel like Nico Gonzalez and Conceição, the one thing that they've shown at Juve this season is off the ball, there's fight. They give you 120%. They win their duels. They track back. They get stuck in. That's what you want in a wingback. Because you have to bear in mind, off the ball, this team does transition into a 5-2-3. Conceição, Nico Gonzalez, they can do it. Now, offensively, you need players that can carry the ball. Players that can take the ball into an offensive area. They've shown they can do it. The thing that's let them down the most is their decision-making in the final third. Nico Gonzalez, he's more comfortable on the right-hand side. Conceição, it's a matter of experience. It's a matter of maturity. I personally have all 3 of them on the same bracket. But because of the fact that I feel like Timothy Weah has grown in that right-back position under Thiago Motta, now putting him in an area where they're similar to Cambiaso. There's more focus on him offensively. I would personally start off with Timothy Weah as the right wing back. And the midfield duo, I feel like it speaks for itself. It's been Juventus' best midfield this season. They complement one another. They bring different things to the table. They're efficient. They're effective. They enjoy playing with one another. Kenan Yildiz and Manuel Locatelli. You've got the physicality, you've got the technical ability, you've got the balance, you've got the hunger, you've got the personalities. That's what you need in a midfield. Next is the 2 roaming number 10s. I feel like there's going to be a heavy focus on those players. Why? Because 1, they'll be required to drop deep and help Locatelli and Kenan Yildiz. At the same time, they'll be required to drift out wide and help the wing-backs in those combinations in terms of bouncing the ball around the opposition. And thirdly, they'll also be required to help the number 9. So it's a role that's going to require players that have a very broad skill set, in my opinion. The left-sided number 10, for me, it's Kenan Yildiz. We are about to see it. We are about to see Kenan Yildiz. 9 games in a row in that number 10 position. This is his audition. This is his opportunity to turn around and tell the whole world, I didn't play in this position under Thiago Motta for whatever reason. But look at what you were missing out on. This is what you were missing out on. So for me, Kenan Yildiz, he's got it because he's got the technical security, he's got the physicality. I feel like as a kid, he's very selfless. He likes to play with his teammates. I've spoken many times on his partnership with Cambiaso. You could see even at times him, Kenan Yildiz, Locatelli, they're all players on the same wavelength. So for me, Kenan Yildiz, that left-sided 10 is yours. The right-sided 10, this is where once again it was difficult. And for me, I tried to put myself in Igor Tudors' shoes, and I was like, for a manager that wants to play high intensity, that wants to press relentlessly, that wants to go man to man, that likes his attackers to be fluid, constantly interchanging with one another, the person that came to my mind was Kolo Muani. He brings something different. He's a physical presence. He's a player. We've seen it even under Thiago Motta. He presses relentlessly. His ability to play amongst the whole trio, because we've seen him play on the left-hand side, we've seen him play on the right-hand side, and we've seen him play as a number 9. Keep the opposition guessing by having your players constantly moving around them. So for me, the 2 10s, Kenan Yildiz, Kolo Muani. And in attack, the number 9's position. There's one thing me and Igor Tudor have in common. He personally feels like Dusan Vlahovic is the best number 9 in the Serie A. I like the way you think. I like the way you think. Dusan Vlahovic. The return. The resurgence. The comeback. I'm hungry. Let's eat. Dusan Vlahovic. Number 9. Listen. Number 9. 9 remaining Serie A games. Hey, 9 goals. You heard it from me. Listen, this is his perfect opportunity to turn around and tell Thiago Motta, you got it wrong. You got it wrong. You got me wrong. You never understood me. And you lost me. This is going to be a wounded animal. This is going to be Dusan Vlahovic reborn. I'm dedicating an entire video to this because I take so much pride and joy in saying this. He's one of my favourite players at Juventus. I feel like he's been hard done by at times this season. The fact that at times he was phased out of the picture, constantly on the bench week in, week out. Regardless of whether or not you feel like technically playing with his back to goal, he can be a hindrance. You're never ever going to have the perfect pro. You're never ever going to have a player that's amazing at everything and has zero flaws. It's all about implementing a structure, getting the right players in and around your players with deficiencies in order to help them grow. Listen, teamwork makes the dream work. Dusan Vlahovic, for me, now in a team that's playing on high intensity, on a team that's playing vertical football, in a team that just wants to get the ball forward as quick as possible. Kenan Yildiz, Kolo Muani in and around him, Cambiaso out wide, Timothy Weah. Listen, Dusan Vlahovic, I will be here to witness it all. So the number 9 position for me, just like to stop longing it out, Dusan Vlahovic for me, the number 9 position. So as you can see, this would be personally my team, the 3-4-2-1. The players on the bench, listen, when you get the opportunity, it's your time to shine. It's your time to make a statement. The only player that I feel like should be in the starting 11, but I've had to not include him, is Weston McKennie. But of course, Igor Tudor has also shown it can be a 3-4-2-1, but at the same time, it can be a 3-5-2. When it becomes a 3-5-2, I would set up the team similar to this, where I take out Kolo Muani, I put Weston McKennie in midfield, and as wild as it may sound, I would still go with the duo of Kenan Yildiz, Dusan Vlahovic in attack. Let's roll back the years of Allegri at Juventus, because when Kenan Yildiz popped onto the scene, this is how he was utilised. In and around Dusan, 2 players in attack. It was dynamic, it was fluid, it had good days, it had bad days, but I've always banged on the fact that Dusan Vlahovic, Kenan Yildiz, there's bond, there's a chemistry, 2 players that play for one another, and I know they're good friends. And you know what friends do? They win you games, they score you goals, and that is my team. Now, if you're new, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to let me know if you're starting 11 in the comments, and I will catch you guys on another one.